Hi, my name is Cecilia and I'm with Tech for Moms, and today we're going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S4. So first thing is appearance. When I opened the box, the first thought I had was, how cute is that phone? It is a very cute phone. Probably not what you want to hear if you're looking for a manly man's phone, but don't write it off just yet, because this phone actually does have a lot to offer for the price, especially if you're looking for a phone that'll fit into small places, like your pocket, for example. Remember when phones used to fit in your pocket? Well, this one will. It looks exactly like the S4, it's just a little bit smaller, and you're going to find that that's pretty much the theme with the S4 Mini. That's why it's named the Samsung S4 Mini. Just as a point of reference, in comparison to my HTC One, the size is, you can see that it's smaller, but it's not like outrageously small where you can't really get anything done and the touch screen is useless. So as far as the specs go, it's just kind of like the appearance, like the S4, just a little bit less. So the battery has a little less juice. The processor has a little less punch. The memory has a little less space. The screen's a little bit smaller, a little less resolution. That's just kind of how it is all around. So if you want to compare directly, the processor is, in the Mini, it's a very decent not quad core, it's a dual core with 1.7 gigahertz. The processing speed is only 0.2 gigahertz behind the regular S4. The S4 has a quad core 1.9 gigahertz processor. As far as memory goes, the internal memory is the same. They both have 16 gigabytes internal memory, and then the S4 regular has got 2 gigs of RAM. The Mini has 1.5 gigs of RAM. As far as the screen goes, the regular S4 is a 5-inch. The Mini is a 4.3-inch screen. The battery talk time on the S4 regular is 15 hours, and the Mini it's 11. So as you can see, it's still got a lot of the juice, a lot of the processing power, just a little bit less. And honestly, you don't need all that extra unless you're going to try and do like really big things on your phone. Okay, so as far as features go, I already mentioned that the camera does lack the ability to take 2 pictures at one time, so that you're doing a picture of you as well as whatever's going on that you're taking a picture of at the same time and, you know, putting together. Like I said, I don't feel like that's a major loss, just because it's not a feature I was particularly excited about. But you still have the tap to share ability. You can still use your phone as a remote using the Watch On app that comes preloaded. The Galaxy cameras I am actually a pretty big fan of, just because there's so many different options for a point and shoot type situation. So if you can't have your DSLR with you, you still have the ability to do, you know, either auto, or you have the night. You can also do the HDR photos, so that makes your colors and tones really rich, more Samsung-y, I guess, because Samsung loves to saturate things as it is. You have the continuous shot. You can have best photo. I don't really know how that works out, just because you have to kind of have your subject stay still for a minute while you take several pictures in a row. Same with the best face one. So everyone's supposed to stay still and kind of take the same picture, and it'll choose the best faces and put them all into one. My kids don't stay still long enough for that to actually work, but in theory it sounds like a really cool thing. You got the sports, you got the sound and shot, so it'll still record little snippets of sound as you take the picture. So those things are still there for you. Oh yeah, and you can still look at it and it'll stay turned on as long as you're looking at it. So connectivity. You do have your USB connect, you've got your tap to share connect, you've got Wi-Fi, you've got Bluetooth, you've got all of your regular modes of sharing. One thing that I was excited about, however, was the ability to, when you have like your videos and pictures pulled up on your phone and you want to share it, you click the share button and you can choose between all your social media sites, or you can do Wi-Fi. So if you choose Wi-Fi, it'll connect to your Roku 3 and just stick it directly up onto your TV. If you have certain compatible Samsung TVs, you don't need the middleman, but for most TVs, you are going to need a Roku 3 or similar device to connect to display on your screen. Okay, so all in a nutshell, I would say that the Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini, it's got enough bang for the buck that it's worth the price, especially if you don't want to strain the seams of your pockets anymore, or maybe the seams of your wallet, because this thing, it's $200 cheaper than the regular S4. Then it's got a lot of really great features to choose from for a relatively cheap price. If you want to see other reviews that we've done for technology, apps, and software, you can visit our site at techformoms.com.